It's very difficult to start from a place where you really didn't know what was going to be your plan. Like, not knowing what your plan is very difficult because you're going to get stuck in 9 to 5s. You're going to get stuck in not knowing what to do with your money. You're not going to know what to save for. You're not going to know even the smallest things. If you don't have a plan for what you dress for, like, what are you really wearing, what you want to wear? Why do you wear your clothes? Why do you cut your hair a certain way? Why do you buy, facial cream or hair products? And what are you doing it all for? What are you designing your room for? Like, what's your vision? And that's the key word here, is vision. And vision, to me, is something that is all internal but has external motivations. Your internal vision comes from a lot of it comes from your childhood, and then you have to be very kind to yourself. You have to be very nice to yourself, and you have to accept that young kid that had a very clear vision of what he wanted to do, the adult version of himself or herself accepts that childhood vision. And I'm not saying you drop what you're doing now as an adult, like your 9 to 5, your career that you've picked, wherever you work, drop that and do what you love doing, unless you have some serious amount of understanding of the path and the skill and what you're doing, and you have connections. Then yeah, you should definitely go ahead and take the risk if you have money saved up. A lot of the gurus and the people online will tell you very good quality advice, but they don't complete it. They don't fulfill it to tell you, hey, you should be very careful if you don't have any savings, and if you don't have anyone supporting you, then definitely don't take these risks. But be smart about it. Use your time wisely, with that while you're working, you're able to complete the tasks you need for your dreams, for your goals, for your vision of yourself. But the beginning is the vision. You have to look deep within yourself to either from your past, present, and what you want from your future, to construct a vision of what you want. And who is the person that's going to do that? You have to look at yourself as, are you that person right now that can do that? And you always are, because it's your vision. You always are that person. But you got to be realistic about your vision too. If you're going to be like, well, I'm going to try to be a singer, but you have no skill or talent in that skill, and then look at your age group. If you're 38 years old and you're like, well, I want to give up my job and my career so I can go be a singer. Well, for the past however long you've been dreaming about this, because I'm sure you've been dreaming about this for years, have you built up the skill to sing? So you do have to work on the skill for what you want. I'm not saying you can't be a singer at whatever age you want. I'm saying, but have you been building the skill for it? So the most important thing is, while you have this vision of yours, and while you choose it, wherever you are, you got to start building that skill. You got to start building that version of yourself. You got to do everything you can with the time that you have to build that vision, to build that skill. And then when you know you're ready, you go for it. When you have the network in place, when you have the example in music, you post your music, you have the content in place, you're getting the engagements you need, you have advertisement money, you can go ahead and you can go ahead and take the step to leaving whatever you're doing to do that, right? So you have to know, when you're changing ships, you're not changing ships, but when you're redesigning it, you're changing course. You got to be able to understand the weather that's coming towards you, because every path has weather. So whatever weather is coming towards you, you have to be prepared for it on a realistic level. You have to be prepared for that weather, that you're going to have to sustain yourself through this, right? Now, going back to the vision, a vision is something that either you're going to hit a home run, you might score a few runs, you're going to either hit a home run or you're going to get struck out. And you can't look at one strikeout or in baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. You can't look at the part where you get out in one game, and that means the rest of the season is over. You can't do that. You have to understand, as a human being, practically there many seasons of your life that you can keep taking swings. And regardless of how many times you throw up a shot and you miss, you have to keep showing up. You have to keep trying. I support you in whatever you want to do. For me personally, it has to be something reasonable. If you're going to go be a professional, you know, like a porn star, if you're going to be a professional prostitute, I wouldn't recommend that to anybody, right? Because that means you're going to lose everything that a person with a family needs, a person that needs a realistic, a practical, respectable, dignified career and character should go for, right? You shouldn't go for that. It's very dangerous. So you have to be understanding what's your model? What's your model of the character you want to be? What's the model of the world that you want the world to see you as? How you want God to see you? You have to understand that that model is very important. And you have to choose examples of people that you love and people you follow and go along the path of what they did and then understand what's possible for you. And again, you can be more successful than your mentors. You can be more successful than the examples you follow. But again, to be Jordan, you got to be Jordan amount of at least a vision. If you can't, forget about the work right now. We're just talking about the vision that Kobe Bryant had, the vision that Tom Brady had, the vision that these guys are top of their game. The only thing we want to be is top of our game. We don't want to, of course, it's completely okay for you to be a team player, right? That's okay. But if you're reaching and aiming for the sky, then you're going to at least fall either a little bit under that or even exceed, or be exactly that. So never give less for yourself, but even if that little bit, if you don't hit, be okay with it. Be okay with not getting 6 Super Bowl rings or even 1. At least you put in the effort. You will have enough of a life with that. All right. I think this is, for me, so what I'm going to say is, personally, when I wake up, I struggle with a couple of flaws where I struggle with how I'm speaking. I'm struggling with my energy. I'm struggling with a little bit of anxiousness, a little bit of, am I doing something different today? Am I changing something? Am I on the way there? Is something working out? Is God sending me good signs? Is greatness coming? And you're consistently in this bucket, in this bracket of things are not appearing to you as though they're working, or you don't really have enough data. You're just still in that phase of working. And I believe personally for me, once that moment comes where that these actions that I've taken, see what I'm saying? I'm struggling with my words, but these actions that I've taken are coming back to me, and now they're showing me that they have results. That's when you'll know. That's when I'll know, keep going. Without you seeing results, you won't know what you need to do better and what you need to keep doing. So as you're working, don't give up on not seeing results yet, because results will eventually come as long as you keep going. If you don't see results, it means you're not doing enough. It means you're not doing it. So make sure that you are doing enough and doing it to the point you do see results eventually. Even results is finding a new person to find as an investor, find as someone to be a co-founder for your tech idea. There are clear steps you need to take and clear work that you may not get a response to, but that effort leads up to a result. God bless you.